Hey guys, welcome back to the weekly Armchair Kickoff podcast. This is Devil's Advocate. We're doing a little pre-show just before the United and Villa game today. Joined by Owen, Reese, and Greg. I got it right first time.
You did.
I like it. Guys, how you doing today?
All good, all good.
Good.
I'm good, thanks.
Nervous? Anyone?
Couldn't give less of a fuck about a game if I tried.
Oh my God. Need to get this one called off as well, apparently. Get down to Villa. Get it called off.
A long way.
I'm actually a little bit nervous, to be fair. I always get nervous playing lesser teams, with no disrespect, obviously, but lesser teams. I'm always like a cocky little shit going into like your Liverpools and Cities and stuff, and it's the lower teams that you kind of get a little bit more nervous about. So, what are we thinking about today, Owen? What are you thinking?
Do you know what? We're away, so it's not really. I'm not nervous because we're away. I don't. What is it now? Is it 25 undefeated away? Is it or something like that? I'm not nervous in the slightest. I think we'll eke it out, get a win. Eddie Cavani get on the score sheet again, and I mean drag on City winning their title as long as possible. But sadly it's definitely not returning to Old Trafford. But as long as it goes on a bit longer and makes them wait a bit more, it's the best we can hope for at the minute.
I absolutely loved it yesterday when Michael Richards was in the studio and he was just like, "Oh, I'm putting the blue ribbons on them at full time," and it's like, no, darling, no, you're not.
I might actually get a Marcus Alonso shirt just for the crack now. What a man!
Oh God, I'm optimistic. You know me, guys. I always like to live on the edge. Positivity train. Could it be coming?
Rach, if it does come, I will stick to my original plan and I will be kit off Deansgate Locks 5 o'clock that Sunday, 100%. But there's more chance of Margot Robbie spending the weekend with me than there is of that happening, I'd say.
Way to burst that bubble there, mate. Greg, what are you thinking about today? Are you nervous, excited, cocky?
No, not cocky at all. I'm looking forward to watching them play. Because I think, obviously, we saw on Thursday, but they were playing it like we were training. It wasn't really a proper game. There was very little intensity, so it'll be interesting to see sort of how they play like an intense game after the call off for the Liverpool game last week. But Villa are a good side, but we should have too much for them. I'm hoping. Like we were saying before we went live, I don't know how the squad's even going to look because we've always got 3 games to balance in the next 6 days or 5 days. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how the squad's going to look. I think he'll go as strong as possible for this one and then maybe weaken it for Leicester and then go strong again for Liverpool. But honestly, I don't know. Hopefully we'll have too much for them. But yeah, I think we play 3 more times before City play again. So it cuts the gap to 4. And then who knows? But I can't see it happening.
It's fucking on, I'm telling you. Like, I'm telling you. And Owen, I'm holding you to that. Seriously, I will not
get my kit off and jump into Deansgate Locks. No problem. I have got no issue with getting my kit off. But I can guarantee you, I can't see it. I can't see it. I fucking love for it to happen, Rach. Please tell me that you're right and I'm wrong, but I just can't see it. I can't see it, mate.
I am right a lot of the time, so I don't know. I've just got this fucking.
Well, men to the left of women are always right, is what is written in every pub across this country. So,
very, very true. Reese, excited, nervous?
Probably a bit of both, but I've got no worries. I mean, Villa are a decent side, but we're far better. I've got no sense to be worried. It's just the only way something goes wrong is it's our own fault.
Which more often than not, it is. It's either a mistake at the back, a set piece, or individual errors.
Exactly.
So I think I'd be worried on set pieces, but I'm always worried on set pieces. As soon as they get a corner and you're like, fucking goal, 100%. Nightmare. And as Rory said in the comments, that's why you're my man. Absolutely.
Not this year.
21 in 21. It's just written in the stars.
Right. If it happens, I will be drunk for 2 weeks. Like, there's no question about it. Like, I'm not going work. It's just nothing's getting done.
Yep. No, I completely agree, mate. And
I wouldn't give a shit about Villarreal game then. That just send the 23s to that. That's two in the league.
Yeah, 100%. I wanted to quickly talk about the final, just real quickly. Because obviously, first final under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, 26th of May. Surely it's nailed on. Surely. What are we thinking? Like, Owen...
As long as it...
Owen, you buzzing, mate?
I was buzzing after it, even though we lost the game. But,
oh, yeah.
I mean, did you get... Obviously, Rach, you're a season ticket holder as well. Have you got the little thing, if you clicked in your application?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a possibility that I might be going to a final in Gdansk, however slim that might be. So I'm more buzzing about the possibility of going, despite how small it will be. But if not, I'll probably get a train up to Manchester and watch it in an Nag's Head.
Sounds good.
Hopefully it'll be, seeing Ollie lifting that trophy for the first time. I think for a lot of United fans who are big fans and lovers of Ollie will be shedding a tear or two that night. I think I will as well, to be honest.
To be honest, I have no shame in saying that either. I genuinely will, because I love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And I know there's a lot of people on Twitter that absolutely hate him. And I just don't understand that logic, because at the end of the day, he's a club legend. And you can put your managerial differences aside and just say, look, maybe he's not good enough for the job, or maybe you don't think he's good enough for the job. But at the end of the day, he's still a club legend. So you need to treat him with that kind of respect. But there's absolutely no respect. The disrespect for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is shocking.
It's out of order.
It is out of order. And we've lost the least league games this year in the league. I mean, I know it's the draws that kill us, and we need to kind of work on that situation. But we've lost the least league games this year. Like, how is that not being respected? Like, clearly that is progress. Greg, can you see the progress under Ollie?
Yeah, definitely. I think this is by far the best Manchester United side since Ferguson left, in terms of obviously the ability to win big games and win competitions, and the enjoyment factor as well, because we were obviously effective under Mourinho. We were just dull as dishwater. Like, there was no point in watching us. You knew if we were going to win, we were going to win 1-0 or 2-1. It was nonsense. It was rubbish football. But yeah, I think he gets disrespected by a lot of people. He gets disrespected a lot by the media, obviously, compared to Lampard and Arteta a lot of the time as well. He's already managed to outlast Lampard. I imagine he'll outlast Arteta as well. I just don't think he gets the sort of respect that he deserves at all. And it's probably because he's not a big name. It's probably because he's not a big name manager that's won things all over the world. But clearly, he seems to be able to set up this team effectively. And if we had started the season better, we'd have been in a real title race with these 3 games. Because if you think that these 3 games cut it to 4 points, if we beat Palace at the start of the season, that's a point. And then that's really, really close. And the fact that we did that without really making any massive improvement to the starting team, obviously we brought in Donny and things like that, but he's not played enough minutes to have a massive impact. Then I think that's massive progress, and it bodes well for the future if Ollie gets some investment in the summer in that squad, which I think he will. I think the Glazers will be well on the apology train in the summer, and we'll just try and cover up as many things as they can as possible with new signings, which if it benefits Manchester United on the field, then I suppose there's not a lot of Man United fans are going to complain if we win the league next year, but that's got to be the next step. We've got to try and push City closer and win the league.
No, I completely agree. And I think we're all in a collective agreement that the Glazers need to go. Like, you can bring in your Sancho, your Haaland, bring back Ronaldo. I'll be like, cheers, but you can kind of go now. Yeah. I think we have to hit them where it hurts. So we have to, and the whole...
Have you seen the security they're putting up outside Old Trafford?
You what?
Have you seen the security they're putting up outside Old Trafford? It's fucking comical. They're turning the place into Fort Knox.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's massive. It's mounted police and everything, isn't it?
I really don't think that they can afford to have a repeat of that Liverpool game, because I don't think they will let it get called off again. As much as it would make another massive statement, I genuinely just don't think that they would let it happen, because that was a massive statement in itself. And I'm glad that we made that statement. But I genuinely think if it happens again, they will take the points off us and they will hand Liverpool the points.
Yeah.
And especially...
No problem with that.
Yeah,
I ain't got an issue with that. We're going to finish second, so it's not really a big deal.
I'm a bit more skeptical about us finishing second, but we need to hit them where it hurts in their sponsorships, and there was a report that came out yesterday about we had a new £200 million deal with the Hut Group, who were supposed to be on our new training kits. They had the My Protein badge, everything was sorted, and then they pulled out because of the protests and everything, which in my eyes, amazing news. One of the biggest statements you can make is have a multi-million-pound deal ripped away from you because of your fans. Mm-hmm. Surely it's good, right, Reese?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't underestimate your fan base. That's a clear message, and I bet Jabba the Hutt's not happy that he's lost money. But we move on. What I will say though is it's a good sign in the right direction in terms of what we need to do to get rid of them, but it's going to be a long fight. We're just going to have to keep going any way we can. The sponsorships is a great way to get at them, because it's the one thing the Glazers want more than anything. Mm-hmm. It's to feed their dirty pockets with more money. So they'll do everything they possibly can. But the fans are noticing that the fans will, anything we win, and I say it loosely, anything, because it's football, like it's decided in moments. Anything we win will be in spite of the Glazers. But we've just got to keep pressing and pressing as much as we do. Even if we win the title next year, we've got to keep going in terms of forcing them out, because I guarantee if we win anything and the whole agenda stops, then there was a little point in getting that game called off.
Yeah.
I don't think it will, mate. It's not. If there's the anger that you've seen out there, Rach is there at the protest with me, man. It was like there's no.
It's good that it's going.
Sancho, Erling Haaland, Ronaldo, Messi, like pissing on a house fire. It's not going to change anything. Everyone's absolutely raging, and they will not be happy until they see him leave the club, and that's as simple as that.
Which is what I'm hoping to see, of course. But the only reason I'm saying it is because it has unfortunately happened before. But I'm hoping now that situation, it will not be put to rest. We will attack them all stages. So we just need to hope and see what happens.
I think the problem is this time they really tried to completely disregard our whole history, the whole history of English football. They tried to just completely shit on it, and that obviously did not sit right well with us. And obviously everything they've done to the club, not renovating Old Trafford, the training ground, it's all a culmination of things. And I think now it's just come to head, and everyone is just absolutely fed up of it. And I agree with you, Owen. The anger at that, I was only at the first protest, but the anger that I saw was, I don't think it's going to let up anytime soon. And I don't think it should, because we need to carry on making that statement, but in the right ways. Obviously, there's no point being violent and criminal damage, and I don't agree with that.
Violence was only about 1% of the people there. Like there was lads.
No, I completely get that.
Like I've seen a mother with a pram there. Like it wasn't a violent protest. It wasn't violent until 12 police with horseback came and started beating the shit out of lads with batons. That's what's not getting portrayed in the media. Don't get me wrong. If you're getting a baton in front of you, probably going to fucking swing back, aren't you? Like it's not. Yeah. It's not a normal. It's not a rational reaction to have.
No.
No. It's only the minority. It's only a minority of a minority group, and we've all seen it. It's just people are swinging things a little bit too much with their influence in the media, which does not help. And we saw at the first protest as well. Like there was people burning national flags. Obviously, there's people that are understanding that it's sending a message, but you're burning the wrong flags. If you want to send a message to the Glazers, you make flags of their faces and you burn the fuck out of them. You don't burn a nation's flag, because a lot of the American fans are feeling targeted.
Them boys love their fucking flag. Oh.
They really do.
There's a lot of them that felt targeted because of it, but obviously they're against the Glazers, which is good to see. We just need to hope whatever they can do over there, if they do anything, would be great. Yeah. But we've got to keep our going here.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And sponsorships and shirt deals and merchandise is where they get the bulk of their money from. Like, you can say match day tickets and cancel your season ticket, etc., but that's only a drop in the ocean. That's only a drop in the ocean to what the money they get from shirt sales and merchandise. So that's where we need to hit them, because say I cancel my season ticket, someone's just going to take it.
There's a waiting list of 10 years. There's a waiting list of 10 years.
Yeah. I was on the waiting list for I think I was on it for 8 years. And then obviously I got a seat, which was really lucky, to be fair, but I got a seat because my partner was being moved from, they made the disabled section.
Yeah.
He was in the disabled section when it wasn't a disabled section. So he got moved to the Stretford end and they had a seat next to him. So we kind of just got pushed together. So I was really lucky in that respect. But if I cancel my season ticket, and Owen, if you cancel your season ticket, someone's just going to take it.
Someone will take it straight away. Like, I'm getting emails. I've had to, declare your interest, and then
exactly,
you get the 7th of June. You get to renew between a little period.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there is someone around the world, anywhere, who will take your season ticket if you don't do it.
Exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't have gone back if the Super League came in, but that's a whole other argument. In terms of if it stays the same, regardless of whether they're there or not, I still want to go. It's like a fucking a drug addiction, essentially. United, I can't not go. Me not going, it's my whole week. It's worked around football. Same with Rach. Like, if you can't get rid of it, and if someone else will just take it, and that ground, Old Trafford will always be full. You're getting 60,000 there for a game against Burton Albion on the Tuesday. Like, it's always going to be full. Like, that doesn't matter who goes and doesn't go. They'll fill it with tourist groups from Scandinavia and America and Asia. It doesn't matter. They will always fill that ground.
Yeah, no, that's exactly my argument. So I said a few weeks ago that I wouldn't cancel my season ticket, and I got a bit of backlash for that, saying, well, you're clearly enabling the Glazers if you're not cancelling your season ticket. But in my opinion, don't tell me what I can and can't do. It's my money at the end of the day. Like, I want them out as much as the next person. Like, the day that they leave will be the happiest day ever. Like, Ed Woodward's gone, that's like the first kind of step. But to be targeted and to say that, oh, you should cancel your season ticket because so and so and so, but it's just gonna, someone else is just gonna take it. So, and
to be fair, you can have a season ticket. To be fair, you can have a season ticket and just buy fuck all at the stadium.
Oh, I don't buy anyway.
Exactly, you don't have to buy anything from the stadium.
For a warm bottle of Heineken.
Yeah.
Like, no, not on that.
I mean, the pies are quite nice. The pies are nice.
Nice lineup, by the way.
Pie there is lovely. I won't knock them on that.
Now the steak one is mint.
Strong lineup as expected.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm going to go into the lineup, go back to Villa, because the Glazers are they're not
parasites.
So we've got Henderson in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw, McFred, Greenwood, Bruno, Pogba and Rashford. So anyone surprised?
3-1 win.
No, not surprised.
No.
Rashford needs to play better than he has done the last few weeks because he's been absolutely dire.
I'm hoping he will kind of come out of the gates a little bit stronger today, because he only played about, 20 minutes on, when was it, Thursday?
Yeah.
I'm hoping that he's had a little bit of rest now. He was making quite a few good runs as well on Thursday. He looked, I wouldn't say bright, but not dim.
Yeah.
Kind of in the middle. So I'm hoping that he can kind of reignite his form a little bit for this run-in, because we're going to need him, especially. And I think Cavani not playing says everything that he's going to... Yeah, because he's been playing a lot and he's been absolutely outstanding for us. I hold my hand up. At the start of the season, I said he was panic buy, flop signing. I hold my hand up when I'm wrong. I was wrong. I want him to stay another year. The lineup, I think I got it pretty much spot on from the preview.
I know I definitely didn't, because I done it on purpose.
Yeah, you probably fucked everything up. Owen, what are we saying about the goalkeeper situation? You happy Hendo's back?
Yeah, I mean, De Gea was, we conceded 3 goals and he was still our man of the match on Thursday. So speaks volumes about his performance. But I mean, in terms of Shaw coming back into the side, I've never been happier to see our left back of Shaw coming back in, because Telles, oh my God almighty, that was one of the worst displays I've ever seen from a fullback at Man United. And I used to see Ashley Young and Antonio Valencia there when they were in their mid to late 30s, and that was horrendous enough. But Jesus Christ, he was terrible. And then McFred, it's one of them games, isn't it? It just keep the midfield steady. Surprised Cavani maybe not getting another feature, but then again, he's probably, he's at that stage now where you need to rotate him in and out of games. He's 34 going on 35. So I'm happy enough with the team. I mean, I would have thought Pogba would have got a rest on Thursday at least, because I mean the geezer's fasting at the minute. So how the fuck he's playing at the level he's playing at with a meal at 3 o'clock in the morning before the sun rises, I do not know. But fair fuck to him, he is some athlete for doing that. And that team is more than good enough to go out and beat Aston Villa. And Aston Villa without Jack Grealish as well. Yeah. So should be a comfortable win today.
I'm feeling a bit more confidence in the lineup. I think the start of the game, the start of the day, you kind of don't really know what he's going to play, because he was kind of dropping a few hints about maybe Maguire being rested, Lindelof being rested. But I kind of knew Lindelof was going to play because he didn't play midweek. So you kind of think, could we see Lindelof and Tuanzebe again? But I think Maguire coming in, he's been playing well the latter end of the season, along with Lindelof as well. I mean, the start of the season, it was atrocious. The defending was just absolutely shocking. So I'm glad that they've kind of, brought it up a little bit. The Pogba situation, I think he deserves a rest. I think maybe bring him off at maybe 60 minutes or so. It depends on how the game's going, though. So you can see Cavani coming on if we need a goal, because Cavani's great at coming on and making an impact because he reads the game so well when he's on the bench. So, I mean, I'm hoping we can kind of kill it off and not have any little hiccups today, because I don't want to be going into the second half relying on our second half FC again, because I just fucking hate it. I absolutely hate it.
You gotta love it. You got to embrace what it is, Rach. You just got to embrace it. I love it.
Same as my anxiety through the roof.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what alcohol is for.
Very, very true. I had more than enough last night though, so I'm good.
Off it today.
I'm good. The Shaw situation, I wanted to quickly touch on it, because obviously when Telles was brought in, we were so happy because Shaw wasn't performing. We thought, right, bring Telles in now and we can kind of ease Shaw out a little bit. Complete opposite. Yeah. His resurgence has been absolutely outstanding. And Greg, would you say player of the season for you?
Either him or Bruno, really. Sort of for player of the season. But Shaw's been absolutely amazing. He's done the complete opposite of what sort of Martial's done when competitions come in. Martial kind of went off the boil, sort of threw his toys out the pram a bit and decided he didn't want to, not even play well, he didn't want to run, really, for Manchester United or put any effort in for when he was playing. But Shaw took it as an opportunity to improve and to play better and to really show Ollie that it's a competition. It's not a case of just, you brought in this new player and he's going to start every week. And we saw on Thursday how awful Telles was. So maybe, I don't know, maybe Shaw's got to Telles a little bit and maybe playing on his confidence. But Shaw's been absolutely fantastic all season. The way he links up with Rashford on that left-hand side is absolutely brilliant. That's why I hope Pogba starts on the right today. For the last few weeks, it's not really mattered what side Pogba and Rashford have started on, because they've sort of just switched between sort of whenever. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. But Shaw's been absolutely fantastic. I hope he can link up with Rashford more today. I think Rashford gets a lot more confidence when Shaw's running by him rather than when he's on the right hand side and having to deal with Wan-Bissaka, who just struggles in that middle third area of the pitch. He's getting better going fully forward, and he's obviously really good going back. But in the middle, when we're controlling possession, he kind of just stands there and doesn't really know what to do. Whereas Shaw seems that a little bit more switched on and how to get around his man and get a ball into the box. So hopefully Shaw and Rashford are on the same side.
Hopefully, because we've seen that Rashford on the right just is diabolical.
Yeah, it's awful. Yeah.
To be nice. but he's definitely better on that left-hand side, and that chemistry that they both have is great. So I wanted to come to this comment as well about Bruno, because we've seen recently that if you man-mark Bruno out of the game, nothing really happens. So, and Luiz is obviously a very, very good midfielder. He will stick to him like glue. Reece, what do you reckon about this comment?
To be honest, it's 100% spot on. Like if you keep Bruno Fernandes out of the game, he effectively stopped Man United. So pretty much, yeah.
You do when Pogba's not on the side, but if Pogba's there, you're
Paul Pogba, man. You keep forgetting about this man. Don't forget on Paul. Paul fucking Bill Pogba, mate.
Yeah.
He's about to make Tyrone Mings his little bitch, and honestly, it's brilliant to watch. Guy's going to do it on an empty
watch
stomach.
Watch us end up signing him in the summer as well. That's the worst part. Just watch we sign that clown in the summer.
We are not signing Tyrone Mings. I'm not.
If we sign Tyrone Mings, I'm going to fucking riot outside Old Trafford, mate. Like,
we won't sign a defender in the summer. We're not signing a defender. Not a chance.
Nah, I genuinely don't think we will sign a defender this year, because we've had Bailly's extension to his contract. Lindelof and Maguire look like they're kind of getting their shit together with Henderson behind them. So I don't think
Manziobi can carry the drinks.
Bless him.
And Bailly can carry the ice packs.
Poor
What's Alfisa Jones doing these days? Like, is he just chilling in his house in Chester? Like, what's he?
Who? Phil?
Still injured. He's back to training though, or light jogging or something like that.
Does he live in I think he lives in Sale or something. But like, he must just be chilling at his gaff.
I genuinely think he is. He walks outside and he gets fucking injured. Like,
he's come out for his testimonial in July.
He's the most average footballer I've ever seen. He's the most average footballer I've ever seen, Phil Jones.
That's Chris Smalling.
He could actually do a job.
Phil
Jones was actually all right. I think he was just injured quite a lot.
He was just fine. He just wasn't reliable. Like Smalling.
Do you know what jokes? He was in the England World Cup squad in 2018.
Fucking hell.
God, I thought Ireland squads were shit. Like, if Phil Jones was still, he wouldn't even get into an Ireland squad, let alone how he done that. He must have some serious dirt on Gareth Southgate. Like, that is just the only explanation for that.
Everyone's got a backup plan these days.
Yeah, definitely. It's quite sad, actually. Like, I'm a very sentimental person. So, like, when he was saying that, I don't want a testimonial because I don't think anyone would come, that hit me right here. That proper hit me.
Yeah, right. I mean,
it's
like,
true.
we know, but like, let's be honest. Like, what's it going to be? United 10-11 versus Blackburn 10-11. Like, what are we going to see? Martin Gamps Pedersen putting on the shirt again. Like, let's be real. Let's be real. What's it going to be?
I lost all respect for Phil Jones the day he gave away the penalty in the FA Cup final. So as far as I'm concerned, he should have been sold then. So
the man is a walking meme. Bless him. Like, the amount of stupid faces that he pulls. I'm just glad that we have a much more reliable defence right now. I know
he should be saving those faces for at home, not on the football pitch. That's all I'm saying. We do not want to see them on a football pitch. We do not want to see them on the field, on TV. No, thank you. It's just too much to watch.
He was a better defender than Smalling. Like, Smalling was.
They're both average.
The same fault as me there, and that's just not.
He was actively damaging for about 18 months to Man United, and then there's
probably
people starting the season saying,
the worst thing is Smalling was our best defender in that 17-18 season. That's the worst part.
Yeah, but people were saying that, like, Smalling's better than Maguire. They shouldn't have sold Smalling. Like, are you mental? Like, we saw on Thursday in over two legs how awful Chris Smalling is. Like, I don't know how he didn't get sent off for like scything Cavani down in the box, but. Apart from that,
to be fair, at times Maguire's more interested in putting bear hugs around people, which I'll let him off at times. And then you've got Smalling, who's prone to an error. Jones is brave but diabolical. So in a way, they're all as bad as each other in certain aspects.
He's like their love child, to be fair, because he's got all three. He can't defend, attack, or pass the ball, which is amazing.
And then Eric Bailly just brings ice packs for whoever loses.
Hey, don't sleep on Eric, man. Eric's a good defender.
Yeah.
Eric's a good defender. He's just
not reliable enough. I don't trust him.
We've got to see what Bailly for what he is. We're probably going to get 15 games of the season out of him, but they're going to be 15 mint games.
Yeah,
like, that's what we've got to see it as.
Yeah,
he's like certain players that are just injured quite a lot, like Ledley King was at Tottenham.
Mm-hmm.
Just
he was unlucky. He was unlucky with injuries.
You're gonna get 10 to 15 to 20 games a season out of tops, and he is going to be mint for 12 to 15 of them. So you just got to see that for what it is, and hopefully he can be a valuable member to our squad. But he will never be the Mr. Reliable start every week centre half.
I just don't think he's never really dropped a real clanger of a bad game. Really, like thinking about it, he's never really dropped an absolute stinker like your likes of Maguire, Lindelof, and Tuanzebe as well. Like they've all dropped.
Not that I can recall. No, not that I can recall.
I can recall, but he has made like tackling wise. I remember when we first signed him. As in, like your heart was in your mouth because he was either going to break his leg or get the ball. It was one of the two. That was it. Like,
I think the only game that stands to mind, just for the sake of what the hell were you doing, was when he clashed with Maguire in that semi-final. Yeah. Obviously, it wasn't his fault, but they clashed again, and that was it. Jeopardy was shown. Like it was like a proper like TV show watching those two.
I think what Eric lacks in mental kind of capability, like he just goes flying into shit, and he's so rash sometimes that he scares the hell out of me. But he makes up in composure. Like his composure when he's in his own box is absolutely outstanding. Like he can take the ball and he'll turn. Whereas if you saw Maguire or Lindelof turn, it'd take them about fucking 2 seasons to get there. Whereas Bailly just like he can turn so quickly and makes it look so easy. So his composure in the box is absolutely outstanding, but he does scare the shite out of me when he just goes flying into shit. Reminds me a bit of Marcus Rojo. You know, when he used to just go absolutely clattering into people.
He was a genius though. He never got a red card, something Juan Mata has on his record.
Wait, hang on. Rojo definitely got sent off.
He didn't.
Rojo never got sent off for Man United.
He been sent off on a couple of occasions because he did genuinely break someone's leg at Old Trafford. Like that was honest to God. He got a good free kick, Rojo.
Yeah. You what?
Mm-hmm.
He had a good free kick on him, Rojo, which was one thing that surprised me. He came back in an Arsenal game, hit the post. I've never been more surprised at a player to take a free kick in my entire life.
When I seen it, I was worried.
Fred takes free kicks, or he stands over free kicks sometimes. You're like,
but he scored them once in a blue moon. Like he will score a free kick though. But Rojo, he caught you by guard.
He scored a free kick for United, and that's 3 years now, Reece, mate.
I mean,
not for United, but sadly not for United. But he has elsewhere.
Some goalkeeper in the Ukrainian league, he was probably overweight. He was probably smoking 40, 50 a day. Like he just couldn't move.
I think, you know, when you see Fred standing over a free kick and you've got Bruno there and maybe you've got Tellez in there as well, and you think, you're not fooling anyone, mate. No one, everyone knows you're not going to take it. I wanted to come to this quickly as well. Of course, this absolutely no doubt about it. Vic Lindelof is better than Mings. Aston, who we had on our preview on Friday night, says was hoping you rested players. Sorry, mate.
Nope.
I deceived you, Aston, with my lineup. That was the part of the plan.
Yeah, no, sorry about that. I think he's done well going strong today because we need to win, especially with the likes of Leicester losing. Obviously, Chelsea won as well, so we need to, there's
no excuse to rest against them next week. There's no excuse to rest against Leicester on Tuesday. If we've got Liverpool on Thursday, there's no excuse.
But as much as I love Ollie, is he really,
exactly.
Is he going to rest players? He hasn't done it all.
Absolutely not.
As much as I love him.
No player is going to play all 3 90s. No player.
No, Bruno. I guarantee you, Bruno and Shaw will play all 3 90s.
Do you think?
I don't think.
Guarantee it.
Greenwood as well.
Maybe they'll start all 3. There might be some. Shaw might come off for 20 minutes towards the end in a couple of them or one of them, but
Bruno gets up with 5 minutes to go.
Exactly, but they're going to start all 3 and they'll probably play the majority of all 3, I'd say.
Yeah.
And Rashford can't play a full 90 minutes, definitely 3 times, but he'll probably start 2 of them and come off in both and come on in the one. play.
Yeah,
I
agree.
I apologise as well. It was that Spurs game whereby he was shit because he was the 6-1 that he played in because Victor Lindelof didn't play. So, okay, so one game this season he's dropped an absolute clanger, but he's a very reliable when fit, very, very reliable. And
it says it all, really. We've lost 4 games all season. The first 3 defeats were all at the start of the season. I can't remember the last time we lost a game. It was at Sheffield in January. So we haven't lost in the league since January, and that was about 4 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
The referee and crowd came out and said that they'd made two errors, and we technically should have won that game 2-1. So
we got
should we
screwed.
count them? So should we count them points?
I fully think we should, Rach. I think we should add those 3 points on right now.
I completely agree. And
we
also,
should appeal to the Premier League and the FA and tell them it's an absolute disgrace.
I think so as well.
And we were top of the league at that point.
Exactly. That's what I was literally just about to say. We were up there at that point. So I think I blame them for ruining our season. Nothing that the boys have done. McTominay better run rings around John McGinn. McTominay can't run rings around the hoop.
McTominay can't run rings around me after a few pints. Like he's not
McGinn, like, in all fairness, like, to McTominay, he's a good player, but McGinn will school him if McTominay tries to outwork him.
That's all McGinn has, though. He just works hard and can shoot. Like, in terms of a midfielder, he's not good.
And he can pass a ball.
No, he can pass it 5 yards sideways.
I mean, lads, you're describing what is normally known as the characteristics for a good footballer. Yeah, I mean, he can pass, he can run, he can shoot. Like, that's
he can pass it sideways or pass it 5 yards. Like, his progressive passes are rubbish. It's like worse than Tyrone Mings.
They're basically the same player.
But I mean, McTominay's a better defender.
McTominay is more composed, I think. If you press McTominay, he doesn't press very easily. So he's quite composed, but his passing does need a lot of work because I think I could pass better, and I used to be a keeper. That says everything.
Pogba and then just get carried away because they make it look so easy. So I think they just pick up the ball and we can do it, and then they just kick it straight to.
If he wants to improve on his passing, just get Carrick off his arse and get Carrick to work with him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's literally what Carrick's there for, apparently, because I don't know what he does for coaching, but he actually could pass a ball in his playing career. So. Force McTominay to work with him.
I think we'll see a massive improvement in the squad where we actually have a pre-season like we will this year, because obviously you've got to take into consideration we had no pre-season. There's been absolutely no breaks, so you can't really train like new things. Do you know what I'm trying to get at? So you train the basics, but you can't really kind of implement new things because the games are so close together. So
hopefully it's in the US.
Oh Jesus!
It's not going to be
because England will crash out of the Euros in the groups, so he'll get loads of rest as well. We'll be fine.
No, I'm sorry. England are winning the Euros.
No, they won't.
I don't want to see it, but it will happen.
Yeah, England are winning the Euros.
I mean, I don't mind getting far because it's good fun for me going out, but
I'll be long dead before the international equivalent of Benfica wins a trophy again.
No, I'm sorry.
No, but I'll be wearing my Celtic jersey the day Scotland play England, so I'll be cheering on the Scots that day, boys. Don't worry about it.
Seems like I'm outnumbered here. I might just go get my England shirt on.
I'll get the Celtic jersey on. Irish Catholic, Scotland. All right.
ABE, Rach, ABE, anybody but England.
No, I'm not having it.
Even Rory agrees with us. See, even Rory knows.
Rory knows nothing.
Yeah, Rory is also from Ireland. I was born and raised in England by Irish parents and still have a hatred for the English football team. So, like, it's just it's still passed on throughout the generations, is what I'd say.
To be fair, if my mum heard me saying that I wanted England to win, because my mum's obviously fully Irish, but she lives in England. So if she heard me saying that I wanted England to win, she'd probably give me a box, slap me around the ears. But yeah,
I got an England shirt for my birthday once. I was about 6 years old. My dad chased me around with a hose in the back garden until I took it off.
That's hilarious.
That made me take. You know them shit ones you get from Sports Direct?
Yeah.
Someone gave it to me for like my 6th or 7th birthday, and he chased me around with a hose until I took it off.
Nice.
Your dad raised you well. Your dad raised you well.
Yeah, whenever I go over to Ireland, I'm not allowed to speak about England. So like if there's like a Europe, like an international game on, I'll be like, yay, Ireland, you know, I can't like
Matthew, if that happens, I swear I will like go absolutely nuts for drink if it happens.
What with the Euros? I'm going to fucking Edinburgh for a week. Like that'll be great, Craig.
Definitely. I'm going to quickly, before we end it, because I need to do a few things before the game. So I'm going to quickly get score predictions. Owen, what are you thinking?
2-0 United.
Nice. Greg?
3-1 United.
Nice. Reese?
I said 2-1 on the preview, depending on lineup, but I'm going 3-0 this time.
I like it. I'm going 4-1.
Oh.
I like it. I'm going to go, I think we're going to get a Bruno penalty in this one because we haven't had a Bruno penalty in the league for a while. And surely that's in the contract. Like
It's Tyrone Mings, mate. It's Tyrone Mings, mate. Yeah. Just watch.
That is very true. Rory says 3-0 United, Bruno 1 and Greenwood 2.
Aston will be in that live chat going, Reece, you said 2-1 and Conza scored from a corner. What are you changing your mind for? I was like, well, I've seen the lineup, so I changed my mind.
Very, very true. Matthew says Scotland are winning the Euros. I feel like I'm outnumbered here.
Yeah.
So
that would be golden if we won it at Wembley. Just rub it in your faces.
Nah,
like I would die a happy man.
If we don't get beat Wembley, we have won the Euro. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's not happening.
We might support Wales. Get a Dan James shirt for Wales. That's just for the credit.
See when he plays for Wales, he turns into like a little. I don't know. He
turns into a player.
An absolute machine of a player when he plays for Wales.
I went to Euros in 2016 and met a load of Welsh fans. We had a great crack. So I'm kind of I like Wales a bit. They're good crack.
They're not too bad. The Welsh.
The Welsh are great.
Irish, but...
Yeah, great fun. They're great fun to go on the beer with. Anyway, that's all I'll say. So they got my vote in that.
Sounds good. Right.
Some parts of the English are okay, like the less delusional ones, but.
Hi.
You're not delusional.
I've been called worse. So, I've been called worse.
That's because people don't understand.
Thanks, mate. I'm going to end it there. Going to get a beer and, chill before the game because we've got about, 35 minutes now before the game. So hopefully we pull it out the bag. Don't forget to like and subscribe and sub to the Weekly Armchair Kickoff podcast. Follow us all as well. Our handles are all everywhere. Find us on Twitter. Owen as well. Do you want to shout out your YouTube channel?
Yeah, Cutty Red 99. I haven't done anything for a bit, but we'll be doing something during the week, probably before the Liverpool game, and seeing what's going to happen in the future. Please do have a look out.
Sounds good. Reece, do you want to shout out your Twitch as well?
Yeah, if you're into gaming, non-specific, anything you like, Reece_Lightning 1997. Come and join in the fun.
Amazing. Greg, shout out your Twitter.
Yeah, this is just at Greg_D_Chambers on Twitter.
Amazing.
And that D stands for Donny.
He loves Donny van der Beek. Absolutely loves it.
Oh, he definitely does.
And you can follow me on Twitter on Rach MUFC7, and I'm also hosting our female instalment of Three Devils and a Gooner tomorrow night, where we'll be talking about the game today and also Arsenal's fixtures as well. Obviously, they crashed out of the Europa League, and who knows, they could lose against West Brom as well today, which would be fabulous.
It could always be 5. It could always be 5-2.
It could be. It could be. Just before we go, we've got one more score prediction here. 2-0 and Luke Shaw to score. Oh, I like that. I like it a lot.
That would be so good.
I like it. Right.
That might be good odds.
Yep. Love it. Right. I'm going to end it there, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Speak soon. Bye.